5 Scandalous Facts About Historical Figures. History tends to hide the unfortunate and unmentionable facts relating to people that become heroic or famous. Fortunately, it is usually possible to find the odd bit here and there, and that is what this list is about. Below are 10 people who are either famous or infamous with obscure or scandalous facts about them. This is our 10 little-known and often scandalous facts about historic figures. Number 5. Adolf Hitler. Hitler was a tax evader. Recent research into papers relating to Hitler has uncovered the fact that when he became Chancellor of Germany in 1934, he had evaded paying 405,500 million Reichsmarks in tax, $6.3 million in today's currency. Fortunately for Hitler, he was forgiven his tax debts when he was elected. It is believed that he earned 1.2 million Reichsmarks for sale of Mein Kampf alone, and avoided paying 600,000 Reichsmarks in tax on it. The official who forgave Hitler's tax debt was rewarded with a 2,000 Reichsmarks per month tax-free allowance, a huge amount considering teachers at the time were paid $4,800 per annum. Number 4. Abraham Lincoln. He disapproved of the First Amendment. Granted, the phrasing of the fact is a little misleading, but Abraham Lincoln did spend an awful lot of his time during the American Civil War punishing those who held anti-Union sentiments. He had his reasons, of course, declaring the preservation of the Union to be above anything else, even above the preservation of the rights of the citizens of said Union. During the war, he was quoted as saying, "Must I shoot a simple soldier boy who deserts, while I must not touch a hair of a wily agitator who induces him to desert?" He also suspended habeas corpus, an act which was ruled unconstitutional by the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. Despite that, Lincoln continued with his efforts for the rest of the war. Number 3. Albert Einstein. Einstein was a philanderer. Einstein is perhaps the greatest mind of the 20th century, and he and most of his famous formula E=mc² are known by virtually everyone. Most people know he had a passion for the violin and that he started out life as a clerk in a patent office. But what most people don't know is that he cheated on both of his wives repeatedly. After splitting up with his first wife because of infidelity, he married his cousin Elsa. Shortly after that, he had an affair with his secretary Betty Newman. In a new volume of letters held by the Hebrew University in Jerusalem, Einstein described about 6 women with whom he spent time and from whom he received gifts while being married to Elsa. Number 2. Peter the Great. He had the head of his wife's lover placed in a jar. Peter the Great was the Emperor of Russia for over 40 years, beginning in the late 17th century. He's renowned for a number of things, including leading a cultural and economic revolution in Russia, which brought them more in line with the rest of Western civilization. He was also an unabashed philanderer who would squeeze the breasts of his wives' ladies-in-waiting, even when she was in the room. However, he couldn't stand it when she got a little bit of her own action on the side. His wife, Catherine I, ended up starting a relationship with William Munz, her chamberlain and the brother of Peter's first mistress. When the affair was discovered, Peter accused Munz of trumped-up bribery charges and had him executed. After the hanging, Peter had the corpse's head removed, preserved in a jar, and placed in Catherine's room as a morbid reminder of her infidelity. Number 1. Gandhi. Gandhi was a dirty old man. At the age of 36, whilst married, Gandhi decided to become celibate in order to achieve a state of enlightenment through the Hindu religion. As he got older, he became more and more fascinated with sex, to the point that, second only to nonviolence, it was the subject he talked most about. In order to perfect his celibate state, Gandhi would sleep naked with young women. One of the women was the 16-year-old wife of his grandnephew Kanu Gandhi. When he wanted to share his bed with his 19-year-old grandniece Manu Gandhi, he wrote to her father and told him that they were sharing a bed so that he could correct her sleeping posture. When his stenographer R.P. Parasuram found him sleeping naked with Manu, he resigned in disgust. Even historical figures had their own skeletons in their closet. They were famous, they were leaders, each of them had secrets. Keep your secrets, be safe, and as always, thanks for watching.